Would you please give this actor, Michael Imperioli, a break? First, I'm not going to say anything about him. I don't know him. I could say he's a cretin, he's a stupid actor. He's not stupid. He's not anything. That's the point. He played a role in a very popular TV series. You may have heard it. The name of it escapes me now. The Contraltos, or in any event, he did his thing. I find him to be, personally speaking, one of the most boring individuals. Have you seen the podcast he does with Steve Schirripa? Oh my God. I try to, to weather through a few. Between him and David Chase, these are the most boring people I've ever heard in my life. But he doesn't have to be exciting. He did his role. He was Christopher. And now he made a comment about the fact that he would vote for Kamala based on this picture alone. And I'm not going to say anything about the picture, okay? I'm not going to tell you what it looks like. I'm not going to tell you what I would think if I saw it. Now, that's the easy way to go. That's low-hanging fruit. I don't hate Kamala in the least. I hate kind of what her pretend candidacy means to my beloved country, but I don't hate her, and I don't hate him. He's an actor, and if he thinks she looks hot in this picture, or if he thought that, hey, I would vote for her just because of that, so what? Do you know what? I would rather that he say, I would vote for her because of how she looks than because of her policies. Now, that would have been unforgivable. But if you think that for some reason this is a hot photo or depiction, and if that's what you want to vote for, far be it from me. I don't like the pile-on. I don't like the way social media have turned into this scrum where we've got to hate everybody because they stupid. He's just an actor. It's okay. I think, and I really mean this, we have to stop and look at the pathology that is involved around this weird crowd behavior, how we lose our minds in this thing called this anti-social media, these mosh pits, these horrible beer brawls. And what is the purpose of this? What has happened to us? Dear friends, I ask you now to answer my question. What is it? What is it? When did we lose our minds? This guy's going through so much grief, I guess. And I don't want to make fun of him. I don't know anything about him. But here's the story. I will say it again. I would take that reason. I'll vote for her because of some 50-year-old picture or whatever the hell. I have no idea. As opposed to the fact that she wants to systematically destroy my country. Systematically, deliberately, and intentionally destroy the undergirding of my beloved republic. I will not countenance. Those people I despise. Those people I think should be immediately hospitalized for mandatory evaluation and the like. And I run into these people, or those people who say, I like a woman. It's not, or she's so nice. She spreads joy. Isn't joy? That is criminal. That is criminally cretinous. But this, at least, it's a reason. At least It's a stupid reason. It's ill-informed. He's probably one of these guys who says, I'm going to end up being on the balls of my acting ass because none of these folks ever bounce back after that. He will be forever, forget Spider, he will be forever locked into Christopher. And what's he going to do now? He can't get old because we locked in 20 years ago. It's like those horrible Godfather reunions. Have you seen those? Remember when Jimmy Conn at the end was, just scare. I call him Jimmy, by the way. Remember Paulie Walnuts towards the end? Oh my God. Because we want to remain frozen 20 years ago. You know, whenever my wife and I drive by Holston's, I always think of that last scene, that last moment. You know, that moment in time, which is more important now. So listen, I feel very sorry for him. Who wants him? Who wants him in any role? We saw James Gandolfini on Broadway. Was it Art? I think it was, if I recall correctly. And nobody bought it. Nobody. And then he dropped an F-bomb, and or at least I think there was a role, or he might have said something in character, and finally people laughed. It's tough for him. It's tough. You know, this Imperioli, he can do whatever he wants. He can open up a bar. He can do this. He can try to develop some, Brecht, review. But he will be forever frozen in time. And I'll bet you one thing. I'll bet you anything. And I don't know. Those people, half of them didn't make anything with that, at least so I hear. I don't know about the big names, but people think that was a big cash cow. Chase was the guy who made out like a bandit. And by the way, he is probably today, well, without a doubt, the most boring individual of anybody I've ever heard in my life. This guy is so boring that if you were dying from ingesting a poison, and he knew the antidote versus the anecdote, and he was the only person who could save your life, he would still be too boring to listen to. It's Lorraine Bracca. What is she? She's first of all, she's unrecognizable. This poor woman, whatever her name is, she's doing OnlyFans. I mean, this is sad. What do you do? Will porn for money, for gigs? Why don't you stand up on the corner with a cup? I mean, it's sad. It really is. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, what he said was stupid. But her campaign is stupid. But at least it was a reason. The worst, the people that I cannot tolerate, are people who think somehow that she doesn't pose a direct and an immediate threat to this country. And who knows also, these people are so afraid if they don't kiss her ring and other appendages, they figure their career's through. I mean, we've been through this whole thing with Trump. I mean, there's a little bit of a kind of a change up. Dennis Quaid's in Reagan, which is a great movie, propagandistic like you can't believe, and fantasy, but still good propaganda, good fantasy, good distortion of history. So anyway, leave this guy alone. He's been through enough. Yeah, it was stupid. But when you look at what other people have said regarding her, look, is it possible to say anything in favor of anything she does or has said without sounding stupid? No. Comment as you see fit.